Outsourcing, it's not questionable, it's a disaster. Total and utter disaster. Invented by pen pushers, bean counters I call them, accountants who think that they can actually make things happen cheaper. The short answer is you can't. And actually what people should reflect on is what are they actually trying to do. What the police service is supposed to do is provide a service to the public. But if you're not in control of what you actually have, your equipment, and how it's maintained, how it's serviced, when it's available, what you can actually do, how can you possibly do your job? And one of the biggest examples, without a doubt, is how the Metropolitan Police outsourced their vehicle fleet. There's 4,500 and something vehicles that we actually own and are on the fleet. And a momentous decision was made about 13, 14 years ago to outsource that contract. So we got rid of all our own workshops, apart from a few vehicles that are maintained in-house, that are surveillance vehicles that can't be seen by anybody. But the majority of the fleet, over 4,000, have been outsourced to an outsourced contractor. That first contract was a total disaster. We had jobs not being done properly, vehicles that had never gone anywhere except sit in a yard and charge the Metropolitan Police a lot of money. One of the biggest issues, forget about the money, is how do you control what vehicle gets serviced when? Example, massive demonstrations. You've got 400 armoured personnel carriers that you want to use for public order situation. You contract your outsourced provider, you say, by the way, all the carriers got to come in the workshops and be done. The contractor's going to say to you, sorry, can't do that. I've got a schedule and I've got 300 other cars, 20 motorbikes, 4 armoured cars and all the rest of it, and they're at the front of the queue and they're going to be serviced first because I'm not going to change the way I do it. If you have your own people, your own premises and your own contractors as such, then you can say to your people, I want the carriers to be done now. But when you're in a contract with a outsourced provider and you tell them what you want to do and it's in their contract, believe me, they're going to say, my contract says this and that's what I'm going to do. And if you want me to do it, I'll try and do it, but I'm going to charge you a lot of money to do that. The government's idea about outsourcing really is not a good idea because you lose control. And more importantly, it costs you a lot more money than if you had your own people to provide the service.